please welcome to the show, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin, did you ever
What's
think
up,
you'd
guys?
be back?
Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's boldest rookie, just did the unthinkable, and she did it live via Zoom. Caitlin Clark, Sue Bird, and Diana Taurasi, all together on one screen. Sounds like a dream interview, right? Well, it was anything but ordinary. The second Caitlin appeared on screen, it was clear. This was not going to be your typical feel-good segment. Nope. This one was raw, real, and completely unfiltered. We're talking about her transition into the WNBA, the truth behind locker room rumors, and all the intense college matchups that turned her into the player she is today. And of course, Caitlin did all of this with her signature humor and undeniable charm. But what exactly did she say that has the entire basketball world buzzing? Stick around because Caitlin didn't hold back on some big topics, from Paige Beckers to Diana Taurasi, and even the baseless lies Cheryl Swoops has been spreading about the team. Are you ready? Because this interview is about to break the internet. Let's dive in. This interview wasn't just another casual chat. It was part of an ESPN special, a Zoom call that brought together three basketball icons, Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, and Caitlin Clark. The setup felt chill at first, like an off-court conversation between generations. But things took a turn quickly. The moment they started talking about the WNBA, the mood shifted. Taurasi, known for her sharp tongue, made a comment that didn't sound like small talk. She said, "Reality is coming." Her tone was calm, but the message was clear. It was a warning. That line wasn't random. It came from a veteran who knows the game inside out. It was her way of saying, "Let's see if you can handle what's coming." And everyone watching could feel the tension rise. Clark didn't interrupt or react immediately, but you could tell she caught it. She knew exactly what Taurasi meant. It wasn't just basketball talk, it was personal, and it set the stage for what was coming next. Exactly 1 year before this interview, Diana Taurasi looked directly into the camera and said just 3 words: "Reality is coming." But that short sentence carried the weight of decades of experience and a whole lot of attitude. She wasn't speaking in a press conference or during a game. This was during a media appearance, right after Caitlin Clark's college dominance had taken over headlines. Taurasi's full quote went something like this: "You look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women now. Reality is coming." The moment she said it, the internet lit up. Some fans thought it was a classic veteran move, a little tough love from a legend who had seen it all. Others called it disrespectful, a shot fired at a young player who hadn't even stepped into the league yet. On one side, people argued Taurasi was just being real, warning Clark about the difference between college hoops and the WNBA. But on the other hand, many saw it as shade, a subtle way to undermine a rising star's momentum. What made this comment go viral wasn't just what was said, but who said it, and who it was aimed at. A legend calling out the most hyped rookie in years? That's a drama. That's basketball politics. And for fans, that's pure gold. Then came the moment no one saw coming: Caitlin Clark's response. Live on Zoom, sitting between Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi, she didn't flinch. No nerves, no stutters, just straight-up composure. The conversation started casually, but as soon as locker room culture and veteran pressure were brought up, Caitlin leaned in figuratively and literally. Her body language was sharp, back straight, eyes focused, half smile on her face like she already knew what she was about to drop. And then she said it. "People say the locker room is tough. Well, I'm tougher." Right there, the temperature shifted. It was calm, it was direct, and it landed hard. But she wasn't done. When Taurasi's old "reality is coming" line came up, Caitlin didn't avoid it. In fact, she walked straight into it with the kind of confidence that makes clips go viral. Her exact words: "Reality is coming? Maybe I'm the reality." Boom, mic drop. The internet exploded. Twitter, or X as it's now called, was flooded with memes and edits within minutes. Some showed Clark standing with animated flames behind her. Others remixed the clip with epic background music, turning her line into a full-on cinematic moment. Fans loved the boldness. Even those who weren't following WNBA closely suddenly knew who Caitlin Clark was. Not just because of her skills, but because she dared to look a legend in the face and own her moment. That wasn't just a reply, it was a statement. Caitlin didn't shy away from talking about the pressure. In the interview, she admitted it clearly. "Yeah, I've been dealing with a lot of pressure lately." But it wasn't just about on-court challenges. She was pointing towards something deeper: the unspoken rules of locker room culture. the silent tests that rookies face, and the tension between earning respect and staying true to yourself. In the WNBA, it's not just about performance. It's about proving you belong in a space where legends already rule. Every rookie goes through a trial phase where veterans expect silence, patience, and a little humility. But Caitlin? She's choosing a different path. What she's facing isn't just basketball pressure. It's a full-on cultural shift. She's coming from college where she was the undisputed star, and now she's stepping into a league that has its own codes, unspoken hierarchies, and politics. Caitlin's message was clear. She respects the game, but she's not here to shrink herself just to fit into old traditions. And that's exactly why her presence is shaking things up. While most eyes were locked on the tension between Caitlin Clark and Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird quietly played a different role, one of balance, experience, and calm. Sue didn't jump into the drama. She didn't take sides. Instead, she stayed composed, like someone who's seen it all before. Her body language and expressions made it clear. She was watching closely, understanding the heat of the moment, but choosing to stay neutral. In moments when things felt a bit tense, Sue dropped small, thoughtful comments that showed her veteran wisdom. She reminded the viewers, and maybe even Caitlin and Diana, that this is all part of the game's evolution. She wasn't dismissing anyone. She was simply holding space for both the rookie's fire and the veteran's legacy. Some fans even called her the unofficial mediator of the Zoom interview. She didn't try to stop the energy. She just observed it, respected it, and let it play out. That calm presence? It said a lot without saying much. Sue Bird's role wasn't loud, but it was powerful. A reminder that growth comes not just from challenge, but also from guidance. As soon as the interview dropped, the internet exploded. Not just with praise or hate, but with a full-on fanbase war. On one side, you had the old-school WNBA fans, the ones who've been riding with legends like Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird for decades. They saw Caitlin's confidence as cocky. To them, her "maybe I'm the reality" line felt like disrespect to the veterans who built the league. But on the other side, Gen Z fans, Caitlin Clark stans, and a new wave of WNBA followers. They were loving it. For them, Clark is refreshing, bold, and unapologetically herself. They're not here for "wait your turn" energy. They believe she is the moment. And she's already bringing in more eyeballs, merch sales, and ratings than ever before. The drama even spilled into team rivalries. Aces fans started clashing with Indiana Fever fans, debating who's really running the league. TikTok was full of fan edits, side-by-side reactions, and even breakdowns of body language from that Zoom call. One popular theory? Diana looked uncomfortable because she felt threatened. Then came the comment sections, wild and divided. Some wrote, "WNBA rookies need to stay humble." Others clapped back with, "Clark is the only reason you're even watching the WNBA now." This wasn't just about basketball anymore. It became a generational clash, a cultural shift, and Caitlin Clark was right at the center of it. Caitlin Clark's rise isn't just about her skills on the court, it's part of a broader evolution in the WNBA. In the past, rookies in women's basketball were expected to be humble, to learn from the legends, and slowly earn their place. But Caitlin Clark is breaking that mold. Her brash confidence, fearless attitude, and unapologetic personality have made her one of the most talked about players in the league today. Looking at past rookies, there was a sense of waiting your turn. Players like Maya Moore and Brianna Stewart were exceptional, but their first years were about acclimating and proving themselves. Caitlin Clark, however, came into the WNBA as a powerhouse from day one. From setting NCAA records to dominating the court, Clark is more than just a player. She's a brand in herself. This change reflects a larger shift happening in the WNBA, where rookies are no longer expected to wait quietly. They're expected to challenge, compete, and bring fresh energy to the game. The rise of Caitlin Clark signifies that rookies today will not only be measured by their play, but also by their personality, presence, and the way they approach the game. In the years to come, we'll likely see more rookies taking a similar approach, bringing their own boldness and individuality to the league. Media has always played a massive role in shaping public perception in sports, but it's becoming more apparent in today's digital age how the stories around athletes are crafted and delivered. When you consider Caitlin Clark and her interactions with Diana Taurasi, you see how the media amplifies rivalries, feeding into the drama. It's no secret that drama sells, And when you've got two powerhouse athletes with personalities as big as their game, the media narrative almost writes itself. The comment, "Reality is coming," from Diana Taurasi quickly turned into a viral moment. Not only was it a bold statement coming from a veteran, but it also set the stage for a back-and-forth narrative between her and Caitlin Clark. The media used the comment to fuel the rivalry, with headlines and stories centered on the tension between the experienced guard and the rookie. It wasn't just about basketball, it became about power, status, and respect. The role of media is crucial here. News outlets, social media, and even sports commentary channels shaped how fans viewed the exchange. The framing of these moments matters. Are they examples of passion and motivation, or do they highlight ego clashes? The media shapes the story, but it also influences how the athletes will be remembered. Caitlin Clark's emergence as a top-tier player in the WNBA is not just a sports story, it's a cultural moment. Women's sports, especially basketball, have struggled for visibility and respect for decades, often overshadowed by their male counterparts. However, the WNBA is slowly but surely changing that narrative. Players like Caitlin Clark are leading the charge in making women's basketball not only more exciting to watch but also more respected. The attention Caitlin is receiving is a testament to the growing interest in women's sports worldwide. This cultural shift is about more than just Caitlin's talent. It's about the platform she represents for the next generation of female athletes. Women's sports, especially basketball, are gaining mainstream visibility, and Caitlin is at the forefront of that change. The rise of Caitlin Clark mirrors the ongoing evolution of women's sports, as more female athletes are gaining the recognition and respect they deserve. This is a movement that stretches beyond the WNBA. It's about creating space for women in sports to be celebrated for their skill, charisma, and drive. The more moments like Caitlin Clark's viral responses happen, the more the WNBA will become a cultural force, attracting fans and attention from all over the world. Let's talk strategy. Because drama like this doesn't just happen, it gets amplified. It's no secret that Caitlin Clark is a viewership magnet. Her college games broke ratings records. Her WNBA debut made headlines. Every moment she's on screen, people are watching. So now the question is the WNBA intentionally leaning into the drama for the sake of ratings? Think about it. That Zoom interview could have been a calm, forgettable segment. But instead, clips of Diana's quote, Caitlin's mic drop reply, and Sue Bird's reaction were all over YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and Twitter X within hours. Edited, packaged, and perfectly timed to go viral. Headlines screamed, Clark versus Taurasi, reality is here, and it's Caitlin. Even the official WNBA handles were sharing spicy sound bites, not just highlights. It's clear, this rookie veteran tension is being turned into a narrative, and that narrative brings in clicks, comments, and cash. Because let's face it, the WNBA is growing, and nothing fuels growth like a little fire. And right now, Caitlin Clark is the flame. The real takeaway here is, such a massive moment all started from a simple Zoom call. Not a press conference, not an on-court drama, just a casual interview with 3 generations of basketball greatness. But that interview completely shifted the tone of the WNBA. From subtle jabs to viral comebacks, this wasn't just a media moment, it became the moment. In my opinion, Caitlin Clark responded in a very professional and powerful way. She didn't overreact, she didn't disrespect anyone. She just exudes calm confidence and made it clear that she's not backing down. When she said, "Maybe I'm the reality," there was attitude, but there was also truth in that line. And honestly, if Diana Taurasi, an all-time legend, also got a response, then you know Caitlin Clark is on another level. She's not just a rookie, she's already a game changer. New rookies come into the WNBA all the time, but Caitlin's impact is on a whole new level, both on and off the court. So what happens next? Will Caitlin silence all her critics? Or will she face even more pressure? Honestly, she's already proving that she won't just survive, she's here to lead. But the WNBA isn't easy. Locker room politics, media expectations, and fan wars. They've all become part of her daily routine now. One thing's for sure, Caitlin Clark's journey is just beginning, and the world's watching. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think Caitlin Clark overreacted in this interview, or do you think she handled the situation like a pro? Was her savage comeback well-deserved, or was it just a little too much? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to see how you all feel about this one. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button. Show some love, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss another bold sports analysis like this. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Trust me, it's going to be fire.